Hey, do you have a dream? I think most of us do. Um, the size of the dream can range. So I don't want this to be like a, rah rah, you can do anything you put your mind to type session. I want this to be useful. And I want people to understand that, a dream can be small, a dream can be large. A dream can be, I want to get through this day and have a peaceful day and then have a good sleep tonight. Or a dream can be, I want to do something to change the world. And a lot of us have multiple dreams, multiple goals. And they all are interwoven with each other. Myself, I want to do something to change the world and to make it a better place. And I want to have a peaceful day doing it. So that's kind of, it all. My dream started out to be able to build something different, new, that would help patients in different ways than what was out there. That was the initial goal and dream. And I did that. And then the dream evolved into giving that opportunity to other doctors, because originally it was just for my own office, to make my office different and to, set myself apart from the rest of the offices and do something new for patients that weren't getting results on the other stuff. So the dreams evolved to now wanting to be able to do that for other doctors, because the ripple effect is that millions of patients can be affected, and millions of patients' families can be affected by a dream like this. A small, short story on how I originally saw this ripple effect. I had a gentleman that used to come in for back pain, disc problem all the time, and he was cranky. Generally a nice guy, but cranky. Because he was in pain, and he'd brought his daughter in, and they'd walk down the hall and they wouldn't talk much, and then he'd give his daughter the phone, and the daughter would be playing around on the phone. They wouldn't talk much, and it was just so quiet and just so, they weren't relating to each other. And then about a month later, I hear this commotion in the hallway, and it's this dad with his daughter over his shoulder running her down the hall, and they're laughing their heads off. They get into the room and they're talking. They're not ignoring each other. Why? Because the dad is in a better mood now, because he's not suffering as much. And he couldn't carry and lift his daughter. He hobbled down the hallway a month before that. So I thought, wow, this dad is in a better mood. He treats his family better. He's got a better relationship with his daughter. His daughter's going to grow up with the memory of that good memory, not the bad memory. And I'm thinking, this device that I created made that possible, because he'd been on other devices before. He'd been on other decompression tables, and it didn't help him. And when he came in to see ours, he wasn't impressed at first until he saw the robotic laser inside, and he said, well, what do I got to lose? I've done everything else. Because of that, because of his willingness to try something new and his willingness to be open-minded to something new, he got his life back. And I love the fact that I participated in that. That's happening for doctors and patients all over the continent now, because we have devices all over the place. That started with one little simple goal and dream of mine to create something that was different and potentially more helpful to a different subset of patients. So it's not necessarily the be-all and end-all for everybody, but it's utilized in a different way. It's a different option that gives new patients new hope, or old patients that lost hope, new hope. And that was my goal and my dream, and it continues to evolve and grow. So when you have a dream like that, and it can be anything, you may start a business and your family thinks you're crazy. You may, want a promotion at work and your family thinks you're crazy, or your friends think you're crazy and you can never do it. And you may have a fitness goal and everybody thinks you're crazy. Me with business goals, I've had a number of people, naysayers, people that think I can't do it, people that think I couldn't build something different, people that think when I have built something different and stuck my neck out to show people what it is, I've had naysayers say some pretty horribly deep-cutting things. I've had, wow, One guy that taught at a school told me that, well, selling crazy doesn't take long. You must have a lot of time on your hands. Wow, really? I'm treating and helping a lot of patients here. You're not seeing that, and your inclination is, well, it's something different, so you must be nuts. I had a guy tell me that you haven't created anything new. This is just a rehash of, what chiropractors have been doing forever, and then acting like it's something new that they've created. You haven't created expletive, buddy. I'm like, wow, you haven't even looked at it then. You don't know there's a robot in the center of the table. I had someone actually ask me recently, and I thank him for asking this. It was a great question, and it inspired me. Do you really think your system is better than all the ones that have been out for 20 years? Like, of course I do. I wouldn't have built it if I didn't think it was better. I had the old machines. I had the old stuff. I used the old stuff. It worked pretty well, but I wanted to create something that was better and new and, could affect patients that weren't getting affected with the other stuff. So do I think it's better? Of course I think it's better. Your opinion may be different. That's fine. But I wouldn't have created it if I didn't think it was better. So I'm reading this and listening to Be Useful by Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he says you can do two things with naysayers. You can ignore them or you can use them. I choose to use them. And I would implore everyone listening here, I'm using big words now, to use the naysayers. Use that. You say I can't do it? Well, I'm going to do it then. Because most of the time the naysayers are just scared of new stuff. They're scared for you. They're scared of you doing something new, you doing something interesting. They may be jealous that they didn't come up with it, but the other side is they put themselves in this position. That's a human thing to do. They put themselves in that position, and they are scared for themselves because they think, well, geez, I don't know if I could do it, so I'm scared for this person doing it. A lot of the time, that's what the thing is. They're scared that you're doing it. They may be jealous that you're doing it, but they're probably scared as well because they don't think that they can do it. That doesn't mean you can't do it. So that's the thought I would like to leave you with, is that if you have a dream, it's ever evolving. If you have something that you want to accomplish, that's ever evolving. That will change along the way. It will morph and it will become bigger. Another example that they put on this book here with Arnold, he was talking about when you get to the top of a mountain, you can see all the other mountains that you didn't climb. There's a different perspective that you have that makes you set new goals. So if you feel like, you never get to your goal, or you never actually accomplish everything that you want to accomplish, that's great. Because if you accomplish everything that you think you want to accomplish and you have no more goals, your dreaming has not been able to increase, like you can't dream bigger, then that's kind of a stagnant place to be. So they say, you know what? Never finished. You're never finished. Never finished growing, never finished learning, never finish getting better, never finish improving. Be better tomorrow than you were today. That's a good goal. That's a good goal, and that's a good dream. And that applies to anything. It applies to life, it applies to business, it applies to relationships, it applies to fitness. Compete against yourself. Screw the naysayers. Use them. Use them to actually get better. I know I have. I know I have. It used to hurt, and it used to cut, and it used to demotivate me. Now it motivates me because I realize, they just can't do what I do. Maybe they're scared of it. Maybe they're jealous of it. Who knows? But they're actually helping me. They're helping me get better. They're helping me, this last one inspired the best video I've probably ever done. And without that naysayer, I wouldn't have done that video. And I thank you. I thank all of the people who've said that I can't do it because, I'm proving that I can do it. So can you. And I'm not perfect at it. I'll say it again. I'm not perfect. I'm not super motivated and positive every day. You don't need to be either. It's up and down. That's the way it is. That's the way life is. That's the way all these things are. You're going to be motivated and productive one day. You're going to feel like not getting out of bed another day. I get that too. So, but just try to do your best to get better every day. Compete with yourself. Use the naysayers' negativity to fuel your own positivity. And I hope this helps you. Thanks so much for watching.